Hello and welcome back to another episode of PIXXIE Puffs. You're here with your boy PIXXIE, and today we've got another episode of #CloneClub. Now today we're talking mechanical box mods, and here I have a Castigador clone that I got off Focalecig. Now before I jump down and have a little look at this thing, I just want to tell you a little bit about it. It was designed by Emperor Vap'east from the Philippines, and it retails at about 100 quid. However, this is a clone that I picked up for about £20 to £25 from Focalecig. It is a dual 18650 mechanical mod, earthed with the bottom. And as you can see, this thing clouds. I've paired this thing up with a Derringer clone that I also got from Focalecig, and the battery's fairly fresh, and as you can see, it hits pretty hard. Now as you know, mechanical mods, they are what they are. There's no regulation on this, it's an unregulated box mod. So there is going to be drop off on this thing as you use it. The battery is just going to decrease and decrease and decrease as you use this thing. However, as far as it goes, for 20 to 25 quid, this thing's pretty fun. So without further ado, let's jump on down and have a little look at this thing up close and personal. So here we go, this is how my Castigador unregulated mechanical box mod came. The Eve box, that is trademarked, so it's a bit bullshit that they're counterfeiting the clone. But at the end of the day, it is a clone and it is a knockoff. So just a little flappy box there, and inside his little bed is the Castigador. There is absolutely nothing else inside that box, just your box mod. So let's have a little look around here. This white bit here is white Derrelin. This black bit is aluminium. Now that Castigador logo is engraved on both sides, and it is nice. I haven't noticed any discrepancies with this, but it is super nice. So here is your copper 510 threading connection. You got a little bit of engraving around there for a little bit of airflow into it. And here is your brass slide and lock battery cover. On this battery cover you have stainless steel coated springs, and this is your earth here, and there's that super sweet engraving of the Castigador logo. Here's your side firing button. Now that thing is nice and clicky. Now the way that this works is, so this is your brass earth, it runs all the way up here to the button, click the button, and when you click that button in, it makes a connection to a copper plate in here, which connects to the copper 510 connection. So let's have a little size comparison. This is him next to my iPhone 6, and this is him next to the Snow Wolf. Now there's been a couple of reviewers that have been moaning about this thing and saying that it's fidgety, but the truth is that they've been putting it together wrong. People have been putting the batteries in and then screwing the ratty on. So this is how you put this thing together, and this is exactly how I do it every single time. First of all, find an atty that the centre pin likes. Now I go with the Derringers for this thing, just to keep it all small. If you're going to have a small box, you might as well have a small atty. And this atty does have like a medium to small 510 connection. So here it is with my Derringer clone, and it's on and there's no gappiness, it's nice and sleek. Now the next step is to slide this door open, hold these two guys in, the first battery goes in, and then the second battery goes in, so that both positives are touching that plate, both negatives are touching these springs. Close it over, slide, and click. It's locked, that's it, it's not coming off. Perfect. So plain and simple, this thing is 10.6 centimeters that way, it is 3.9 centimeters that way, and it is 8.4 centimeters that way. It's just lovely. I absolutely love this thing. It fits in the hand nicely, no sharp edges, nice clicky button. Do you know what I mean? Fires every time perfectly. And it hits hard, do you know what I mean? I mean, look at that. This is a 0.25 build, and it just hits mega hard. So yeah, this clone that I picked up off of Focalecig, I picked up for $32.76, which in UK pounds cost me £20.36p. And I think that's absolutely phenomenal, do you know what I mean? So with shipping as well, you're probably talking between £20 and £25. Absolutely bang on for the money. perfect little unregulated mechanical box mod that everybody should have. So yeah, apart from it not really liking the short pin atties, this thing has been bang on the money. It doesn't like the majorly long pinned atties either, but it's just, it does what it needs to do. Do you know what I mean? It's a mechanical mod. So let's jump back up, have a little vape on it, and then we'll talk pros and cons, and you can make your own decisions to whether or not you want to buy this mechanical box mod. So I looked up on Google Translate, and the Castigador roughly translates to the Punisher. Now, any of you comic book fans out there will know that the Punisher is black and white, and I suppose that's what they're kind of doing with these colours. I've noticed that on Focalecig and Fast Hit you can get different colours of this thing. I think you can get it in lime green and Tiffany blue. But for me, bitches love black. Now, I'm no expert, so I can't tell you about voltage drop with this thing, but one thing that I would say, and it's a personal preference, I've heard people say that you have to do it and that you don't have to do it, but what I would do if I was you and I was getting this mechanical box mod is I would buy 2 brand new batteries. I would fully charge those batteries and I would marry them to this unit, get your pen out and write on your batteries, Castigador. You also want to make sure that every time that you put your batteries into this thing, you want to make sure that both batteries are fully charged. Now, I absolutely love this thing and I'm not going to force it down your throat. It's up to you if you want to go out there and get it. I suppose mechanical mods are a little bit out of date, but I like to keep it real, and every now and again just throw a couple of fresh batteries into it, smash on a 0.2 to 0.3 ohm build and just puff away. So for all you mechanical mod junkies that are into your cloud chasing, this thing is going to be so much fun. Yeah, it has its pros and its cons, but so does everything else. So let's go through its list of pros and cons. So the first pro is that this thing is tiny. It is just a little bit bigger than an 18650, and paired with the Derringer, it's still nice and sleek. I think it looks cool as hell. This thing, Punisher by name, Punisher by nature. The second pro, it hits nice and hard. Pro number 3 is that it's so simple to set up. As long as you follow the steps that I gave you down in the up close and personal, you shouldn't have any issues with this thing. Pro number 4, there is absolutely no battery rattle with this thing. And pro number 5 is that button. Nice, it doesn't fire itself, and it's nice and clicky. So cons, the first con for me is subjective, is that little gap just underneath the firing button and the tiny little gap that I've got where it connects to the battery fastening unit. The subjective con that I suppose you could have is the fact that it's made of Derrylin. I kind of like that. Now, another con to this thing is that not all your atties are going to love this thing. There might be a little bit of gappiness with some atties. My trick would be to stick with the atties that you know fit on it. This thing loves the medium-sized pins, protruding pin preferably, but because of that 510 threading unit, it doesn't need that protruding centre pin. Other things that you might not like about it is the fact that it does look like a pack of Marlboro cigarettes. I can't really see it, I think it looks cool. So all in all, for me, this thing is as cool as they come. I mean, it's nice and sleek, and I just love the way that it looks. I'm giving this little clone a 8 out of 10 because it hits hard, it does what it says on the tin, and it looks sick as cheers. Now, I did get a comment a couple of weeks ago about doing dragons in no shoots, so this one's for you, buddy. So I absolutely love this thing. It's great for just mucking about with it. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like or a dislike if you didn't like it. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and as always, in the description there will be a link to where I got this mechanical box mod from. There will also be a link to my Instagram. There will also be a link in the description to my Facebook. There will also be a link in the description to my Twitter account. There will also be a link in the description to a sample box where you'll get a 10% discount if you use my referral link. So in the comments below, let me know what you thought about this Castigador clone, and let me know if you're going to be buying one. So as always, you've been watching Pixie Puffs with your boy Pixie. Now you see me. No you don't.